What's up? Oh, man. I didn't have my game face on at all. Fight though, fight though. Alright, I think I'm ready to do this shit. What's up, y'all? Today is Monday and I am your boy Kev and we are back with yet another anime video. Now, today what we're going to talk about, all of y'all know that I like to watch dub anime. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't care if you a sub supremacist and you want to come after me and cut my little dub balls off, but I like watching dub anime. A lot of times I'm doing stuff around the house. I'm trying to go to work. I'm driving in the whip. I'm doing a lot of crazy things in my life, and sometimes I just gotta watch some dub anime while I'm doing all this whack stuff. So let's get into it so I can tell you about my top 5 favorite voice actors. My number 5 on this list is gonna be Jamie Marchi, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. And her most notable roles that I think that most people would know her for are XIAO-NIAO from High School DxD, which y'all already know. I got a thing for XIAO-NIAO, okay? Some other roles that she's really popular for are Mount Lady from My Hero Academia and Shoko Kirishima from Baka and Test. But don't let any of that fool you, because she's been in a ton of anime. I mean, she's been in so many that I couldn't even memorize the ones that she's been in to tell y'all about them. I had to just pick 3. So she's got a huge rap sheet of voices that she's done over the past. And the reason why she's one of my favorites, and I'd say within my top 5, like Mount Rushmore of voice actresses / actors, is because her voice is so sensual and sweet and sexual, and she just has a way of delivering her lines that feels smooth, and it feels like she's really trying to talk to you. Like, she don't even care about the dude in like the main character spot. Like, she's really just coming after you with the words, and I really love that. I just love the way that she delivers her lines, and every character that she does is sensual and seductive. Well, not every character, but most of the characters that she does are sensual and seductive, and it just rings a chord with me, because for some reason I got a thing for that. And XIAO-NIAO is my top 5, like my number 1 favorite waifu. She will forever be my favorite waifu, and it's partially because of Marchi's voice. I mean, her voice is just perfect for XIAO-NIAO, and I love it.
Not only that, but I'm your master too. You're mine now. Nice to meet you, Issei Hyodo.
So number 4 on my list, I got Johnny Young Bosch, which is a really dope voice actor who used to be a Power Ranger and then transferred into the voice acting category. Some of his most notable roles, obviously, is a Power Ranger, but voice acting roles would probably be Brass Blood from Blood Lad, Yukio Okumura from Blue Exorcist, Bam from Tower of God, and Jonathan Joestar from the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. But again, let me just tell you that this man has some bangers under his belt. He's been in the voice acting game for a long time, and he has a whole ton of credentials underneath him. Like, he's got some shows that I didn't even know he was in, yet I heard his voice and couldn't even recognize it, because he just has a pitch. Like, he can go up and down, and he doesn't have the same sound no matter what he's doing. Like, he sounds different per his character and per the motivations behind that character. And that's one of the reasons why I like him as a voice actor, because he doesn't just sound like they were just like, yo, be this dude, and he was like, cool. Like, he takes into account what the character is, who the character is, and how the character works, and then he adjusts his voice accordingly, which is what every voice actor is supposed to do. But he just brings a chord with me, and I don't know why. And I think it's probably because he was a Power Ranger, and he's even done like martial arts movies, like live action ones. So he's not just a voice actor, he's experienced in all areas, and that's super dope.
Oh, come on, don't give me that crap! Everyone was so happy that you finally found a job, Rin. So how could you?
Next up, we have probably one of the absolute most recognizable voices if you've ever watched an English dub in your entire life, Brittany Karbowski. Now, she is my girl. She has been in so many shows. I think her credits are like 339 roles as a voice actress. That's a lot, bro. And anything in the mid-2000s / the 2010s and upward, almost any Funimation English dub has her voice in it. Like, it's crazy. Some of her most notable roles are Migi from Parasite the Maxim, Kanen Nakagawa and Chihira Kosaka from the World God Only Knows series, Misaka Mikoto from A Certain Scientific Railgun. And that's not even scratching the surface of all the roles that she's actually had. She is in a ton of shows, and she's in, like, I can't even fathom the amount of shows that she's been in, and I've heard her voice, and she definitely has a super recognizable voice. It's very like high-pitched, and it's cute and ditzy, and she generally plays kids or girls that are a love interest because of the way that her voice sounds, but she has flexed her voice on so many different titles. It's beyond ridiculous. If you watch an English dub from Funimation, I guarantee you're gonna hear her voice in at least 5 out of the 10 titles that you watch. She's just that big. So go peep her.
From here on out, this fight is a personal one for me. I hate to do this, but it's too late. I'm gonna have to get involved now.
Number 2 on my list, and I actually do think that I probably organized this list in like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 category, because Bryce Papenbrook is my guy. This is my dude. He is the whole reason why I got into voice acting. I'm not a voice actor, but he's the entire reason why I care about who's in my show. He's the reason why I follow voice actors, why I want to see who's in the show, why I pay attention to the voices. He's got such a stoic, heroic, like main character fucking Chad energy master voice I've ever heard. Some of his most notable roles, which don't even scratch the surface of how dope his voice actually is: Kirito from Sword Art Online, Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, Staz Blood from Blood Lad, Ren Okumura from Blue Exorcist. Like, he's the ultimate main character. Any show that he's in, he's usually the main character. He was in Do Rah Rah Rah. He wasn't the main character, but he was basically the main character because he just ruled the show with his character. It's just the way that he delivers his lines. It's the way that his voice sounds. It's the stoicism inside of his voice. It's the feeling that you have when you hear him talk, when you hear him yell, when you hear him grunt. Like, it just, you hear it and you're like, damn, like you start getting like Dragon Ball goosebumps. Everybody knows the Dragon Ball goosebumps. It's when the niggas start powering up, and your goosebumps start popping, and you like start getting all shivers. That's how I feel when I listen to Bryce Papenbrook. And to top it all off, he used to be a Power Ranger with Johnny Young Bosch. They actually have a little bit of a history together.
Who's she supposed to rely on if her own parents won't even try to get what she's saying? Can't you just... what was that for?
Now, before we get into my number 1, because, you know, I gotta have some honorable mentions in there, I have 3 honorable mentions. Dante Bosco, who voiced Prince Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Reason why I didn't want to put him in my top 5 is because he's pretty much like just cartoons and video games, and I watch way too much anime to just talk about a cartoon video game voice actor, but he's dope and I love him. Number 2 is Yuri Lowenthal. Yuri Lowenthal is Sasuke. So if you've ever seen the Naruto dub, Sasuke's that man, aka Yuri Lowenthal. He's super dope. This man's 50 years old and he still voices teenagers because he just got that kind of voice in the range. He also voiced Spider-Man in the Spider-Man PS4 game. And he just has so many credentials under his name that range everywhere. I mean, he's done anime, he's done video games, he's done cartoons, he's dubbed over martial arts movies from Japan and Korea. Like, he's got a huge resume underneath him. And I mean, at 50 years old, it makes sense. And then also I got Greg Ayres. Greg Ayres has been in the voice acting game since '98, bro. Greg Ayres has been in the voice acting game as long as I've been alive, and you can tell it because he's got a huge plethora of people under his name. The reason why I didn't want to use Greg Ayres is because a lot of his characters are side characters, and he's like Brittany Karbowski, where he has a super recognizable voice and it's kind of annoying sometimes. I mean, sometimes it fits the character that he's going after, but a lot of times you hear his voice, you're like, ah, bro, come on, because it's really high-pitched and squealy. So he's got some credentials underneath him, but I just wouldn't put him in my top 5. He's not on my Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying? He's more like the dude that helped build the Mount Rushmore. So, knowing that, let's get into my number 1. So, my number 1 is Shirami Lei. Her most notable roles are Asuna from the Sword Art Online series, Lucy Heartfilia from Fairy Tail, and Kimi Todo from Fruits Basket, the 2020 remake, not the old one. So, the reason why she's my number 1 is because she just has such a smooth and sultry voice. Her voice is so girlfriendish, right? Like, when I hear her voice, I just think of a girlfriend. Like, I don't know whose girlfriend she is, but she's somebody's dope girlfriend. Plus, on top of that, she's absolutely gorgeous, and she's got a really long list of credentials of voice acting underneath her. None of them are, like, super crazy notable. Like, she doesn't really have, like, any voices under her belt that you're gonna be like, oh, shit, that's that one. Like, really, the only one that she's, like, super known for is Asuna. But she just has such a really great voice, and she has such a great depth in delivering her lines. And I think amongst all of the voice actresses, she has the best, you know, plethora of talent inside of voice acting. Like, whenever she talks, it just feels like she's like really articulating her lines, and she's really stretching out the vowels where they need to be stretched. And it feels like you're not just watching somebody talking into a mic over a cartoon, but you're like, that's her. She's Asuna. Shirami Lei is always going to be Asuna for me, and it's just because her voice is that dope. So Shirami Lei is my number 1 favorite voice actress of all time, and I really wish she had more roles so I could hear her more often.
And always right before they propose to me. You should see your face. I guess you never had a girlfriend before.
The 3 female voice actresses that I've listed all starred in Fairy Tail, which is really, really strange, but also kind of cool. And they all starred in Sekirei, which is a ecchi fighting classic that you should go check out. And if you haven't checked it out, you're missing out. Johnny Young Bosch and Bryce Papenbrook, as I mentioned earlier, are both former Power Rangers, and they have starred in a ton of shows together, two mainly being Blood Lad and Blue Exorcist. And it's funny because in both of those shows, they played brothers. Johnny Young Bosch being the older brother and Bryce Papenbrook being the younger brother. And it's pretty cool because both of the brothers that they play kind of match in the way that the two people are. It's really weird. So, if you like dub, or maybe you don't like dub, go check out some of the shows that these people have been in. Just give them a look up. They're really cool people and they're really awesome individuals. And outside of their voice acting credentials, they just do a lot of good things in their community, and they do a lot of good things for upcoming voice actors and actresses. So, if you want to voice act, follow them on Instagram and see what you can conjure up. If you like what you heard today, subscribe. That's it. That's it for me, y'all. I'm Kev, and I'm out. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Peace.
Tryna be nice, baby you nice, but it ain't right, it ain't gon' work, I ain't gon' fight. Hey. Tryna be nice, take no chance, I'm holding my dice. I'm not cold, but I'm sipping on ice. Hey. It's gon' be all cool, I do not want you, I just don't wanna be rude. You ask, do I think you cute? You so sweet like fruit, but I don't think that's true.